Welcome to World Music Facts. If you love discovering the untold stories behind the world's greatest songs, make sure to subscribe to our channel, like this video, leave your thoughts in the comments, and share this video with your friends. Your support helps us bring you more amazing music stories from around the world. Today's story is about one of the most emotional songs ever recorded. I Don't Want to Talk About It, and the unforgettable live performance by Rod Stewart and Amy Bell at the Royal Albert Hall. Millions of people have watched this performance, and many believe it is one of the greatest live duets ever captured on stage. But behind this beautiful performance lies a story filled with heartbreak, friendship, loss, and musical history. Let's begin. When most people hear, "I Don't Want to Talk About It," they immediately think of Rod Stewart. His emotional voice made the song famous around the world. However, many people are surprised to learn that Rod Stewart did not write this song. The song was originally written by Danny Whitten, an American musician best known as a member of the legendary rock band Crazy Horse, the group that often performed with Neil Young. Danny Whitten was an incredibly talented songwriter and guitarist. He had a unique ability to express deep emotions through simple words and beautiful melodies. In 1971, Crazy Horse released their self-titled album, and among its songs was "I Don't Want to Talk About It." Danny Whitten wrote the song during one of the most difficult periods of his life. Although the lyrics never directly explain the story, many fans believe they reflect feelings of heartbreak, loneliness, and emotional pain. Instead of describing every detail, the song allows listeners to connect it with their own personal experiences. Sadly, Danny Whitten's life was filled with struggles. Despite his incredible musical talent, he battled serious personal problems, including drug addiction. His promising career was cut tragically short when he passed away in 1972 at only 29 years old because of his early death. Many people never had the chance to discover the songwriter behind this beautiful masterpiece. Several years later, British rock star Rod Stewart found the song. By then, Rod Stewart had already become one of the biggest voices in rock music. His unique raspy voice, emotional delivery, and powerful stage presence had earned him millions of fans around the world. Rod immediately recognized something special in Danny Whitten's composition. Rather than changing its emotional message, he chose to preserve its honesty while adding his own vocal style. In 1975, Rod Stewart recorded the song for his album Atlantic Crossing. Interestingly, the song was not initially released as the main single in many countries. However, listeners quickly fell in love with it. Radio stations continued playing the song, and its popularity kept growing. Eventually, it became one of Rod Stewart's signature songs. In 1977, the single achieved tremendous success in the United Kingdom, reaching the #1 position on the UK singles chart. This success introduced the song to millions of new listeners who had never heard Danny Whitten's original version. One of the reasons this song has remained popular for decades is its universal message. Everyone experiences heartbreak at some point in life. Whether someone has lost a relationship, a friendship, or someone they deeply love, the lyrics speak directly to those emotions. Unlike many dramatic love songs, "I Don't Want to Talk About It" does not rely on complicated language. Instead, it uses simple words filled with quiet sadness. That simplicity allows listeners from different countries, cultures, and generations to understand its emotional meaning without difficulty. Over the years, countless artists have recorded their own versions of this classic song. Every singer brings a different emotion to it. Some versions sound hopeful, while others sound deeply heartbreaking. Yet Rod Stewart's interpretation continues to stand out because of the honesty in his voice. Fans often say they did not simply hear Rod Stewart singing this song. They feel every word. His performance captures vulnerability, regret, and acceptance all at once. That emotional connection is one of the reasons why this song has remained one of the world's favorite ballads for nearly 5 decades. However, the story of this song did not end with Rod Stewart's studio recording. Nearly 30 years later, another unforgettable chapter will begin inside one of Britain's most famous concert venues, a performance that would introduce a young Scottish singer to millions of viewers around the world and create one of the most memorable live duets in modern music history. That incredible night took place inside the historic Royal Albert Hall in London, where music lovers witnessed a performance that many still watch today with admiration and emotion. The atmosphere inside the Royal Albert Hall that evening was already unforgettable. The venue itself has hosted some of the greatest musicians in history, and performing there is considered a dream for many artists. Every seat was filled with fans who had come to hear Rod Stewart perform his greatest hits. Nobody expected that one particular performance would become one of the most beloved live videos on the internet. During the concert, Rod Stewart introduced a young Scottish singer named Amy Bell. At that time, Amy Bell was still building her career and was not yet an international star. Standing beside one of the world's biggest rock legends on such an iconic stage could have been overwhelming for any young artist. As the opening guitar notes of "I Don't Want to Talk About It" filled the hall, the audience became completely silent. Everyone knew they were about to hear a beautiful song, but no one realized they were about to witness a performance that would be remembered for decades. Rod Stewart began singing the first verse with his familiar, warm, and emotional voice. His delivery was calm, gentle, and deeply expressive. Every lyric felt honest, as though he were sharing a personal memory rather than simply performing a famous song. Then came the moment that surprised everyone. Amy Bell began singing. Her soft yet powerful voice blended perfectly with Rod Stewart's. Instead of trying to imitate him, she brought her own emotion and personality to the song. The contrast between Rod's rich, raspy voice and Amy's clear, heartfelt vocals created a magical harmony that immediately captured the audience. As the duet continued, the chemistry between the two singers became impossible to ignore. They smiled at each other naturally, exchanged emotional glances, and allowed the music to tell the story. There was no need for dramatic stage effects or elaborate choreography. The song itself became the star of the performance. Many music fans later described this duet as one of the finest examples of live musical storytelling. It proved that great performances do not always depend on spectacular lighting or expensive production. Sometimes two sincere voices in a timeless song are all that is needed. After the concert was released as part of Rod Stewart, One Night Only, live at Royal Albert Hall, the performance quickly gained worldwide attention. Television broadcasts introduced it to millions of viewers, and years later, video sharing platforms brought it to an even larger global audience. Today, the performance has been watched by millions of people from every corner of the world. Viewers continue to leave comments saying that they return to this performance whenever they feel emotional, nostalgic, or simply want to hear truly beautiful music. One interesting fact is that many younger listeners first discovered Rod Stewart through this live duet rather than through his classic recordings from the 1970s. In the same way, Amy Bell also gained worldwide recognition because of this unforgettable performance. Another fascinating detail is that this version reminds listeners how powerful live music can be. Unlike studio recordings, live performances capture genuine emotion in real time. Every smile, every breath, every pause, and every note feels authentic. That honesty is one of the biggest reasons why people continue watching this performance again and again. The legacy of "I Don't Want to Talk About It" also reminds us of something important. Great songs never truly grow old. A song written by Danny Whitten in 1971 found new life through Rod Stewart in 1975. Reached even greater audiences during the Royal Albert Hall concert in 2004, and continues touching millions of hearts today. That is the true power of timeless music. It travels across generations, countries, and cultures, connecting people through shared emotions that never disappear. Thank you so much for watching this episode of World Music Facts. We truly appreciate your support. If you enjoyed learning the story behind this unforgettable song and performance, please subscribe to our channel, like this video, leave your thoughts in the comments, and share with your friends so more music lovers can discover these amazing stories. Before you go, we'd love to hear from you. What did you think about this performance? Is it your favorite version of "I Don't Want to Talk About It"? Or do you prefer another recording? And which legendary song or live performance would you like us to explore in our next World Music Facts video? Thank you once again for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode of World Music Facts.